What's up guys, I'm Joe Herzog, and today we're going to be talking through my Ford Lightning XLT, I gotta get used to saying that, Ford Lightning XLT build. I submitted my order a couple days ago. We're just going to talk through what I optioned and why I think if you've got the opportunity to order an XLT, you should. Starting off here, I'm going to record my screen. Okay, we're recording. So, as we talked about in our last video, I feel like I was excited and there were some points I forgot to hit, so I'm going to try to hit those today. XLT, it's not the Pro that I originally wanted, but I still think it's a good value, especially if you have the chance to order one. I haven't heard anything, I haven't seen any tweets or videos saying that the XLT is sold out already, so I think you still have a chance to jump on one of these if you did receive that order invitation, which it's seeming like a lot of people did. Also important to remember, I was reminded of this in a Long MacArthur video. If you don't convert your reservation to an order by the end of model year 2023, your reservation is canceled and you're going to have to fight over these trucks with everybody else who didn't even get a place in line. That sounded terrifying to me, and I wanted to clarify that's another reason that I converted my order even though the trim I wanted wasn't available. So even Long MacArthur reiterated time and again, you will not be getting a Pro this year. As much as that turned the dagger in my heart, it's just something we've got to accept. So here's our trim options. Obviously we went with the XLT. I'm just on the regular build and price page. This is obviously not the order page, but having gone through that order page, it looks almost identical. One thing you want to be aware of is at the top, you want to be sure you're building a 2023. There was a time in limbo, maybe a month or so ago, back when the 2022s were still being available to order at certain trims. There were two separate build and prices for each different model year. So just be sure, like Larry, for example, also pointed out that he feels like he's seen different pricing lately. So you want to be sure you're on the right page when you're at least doing your build and price. When you're invited to order, I don't think it would bring you to the wrong page, but just heightened awareness, guys. So we're going to dive into the XLT build. As you can see, on this trim, you can order the extended range battery. However, you'll see that price jump is hefty. So, and it also bumps you out of the new EV tax credit. Definitely worth noting. Just another reason, I mean, one of the many reasons I won't be doing the extended range battery. Also, since release, they've bumped up the range of the standard range battery from 230 miles to estimated 240. So it's not as bad as it was a year ago. All right, we're going to click Start Our Build. Okay, so color. Honestly, this was one of the toughest decisions for me, guys. When I first, we're talking over the past year, I've had plenty of time to change my mind on this. I originally actually really liked the antimatter blue. Now, I know that color is just a matter of opinion, so here's why I think it's worth talking about. We learned from Rivian YouTubers that the color depicted on the website and how the color looks in real life painted on an actual truck can be two different things, even depending on your monitor settings. So you don't want to accidentally sign up for a color that you might not really be a fan of. So we're dealing with 2023 colors, which are slightly different from the 2022 colors. At this trim level, most notably, Avalanche is available. In 2022, that color was not available. I thought about Avalanche because it's a flat color that I prefer. I don't like the pearly, shiny colors. But here's why I jumped off the antimatter blue train. Because seeing it in person at, I think, the Chicago Auto Show, it looks almost black. It's a very dark blue. Only in direct sunlight are you going to get that navy blue color. My other problem with antimatter blue is I plan on wrapping parts of this truck, vinyl wrapping, just to make it a little bit more unique. However, I anticipated that wherever I go to get this wrapped, they may not have anything that exactly matches their antimatter blue. So, with that in mind, I went with Oxford White, which this is. And because I think it'll be a lot easier to match, it's not going to have that pearly finish that this iconic silver does. And so, that's my spec. I went with Oxford White. I know that white gets a bad reputation as like the standard work truck color. However, this will not be looking like a work truck when we're done with it, so I'm not worried about it, blending in with the pack. Also, I just love a stormtrooper look. And I know that, again, this is all subjective. So many people are doing white trucks with black wheels that it's definitely not unique, but I think there's a reason it's popular, and it's because it looks great. Again, totally subjective. I like the way it looks, so that's why I was totally content to go with Oxford White. Okay, powertrain. So here's where you can pick between the standard or extended range battery. I'll just illustrate for you that when you bump up to the extended range battery, a significant price bump from an already expensive truck. So if range is super important to you, then this might be worth the money. It wasn't for me, so I didn't do that. I stuck with the dual motor standard range battery, which is going to give us estimated 240 miles, which is plenty for me. So now we move on to the infamous 312A equipment group. This was the equipment group that got lumped in with the extended range battery, hence the large price jump. But let's say you don't need the extended range battery and you want a few more creature comforts, then 312A is for you, and they actually brought down the price. It's now only $5,000. I believe it used to be $9,000. So I did not spec mine with the added equipment group, so I will be getting in the 311A package. A 360-degree camera. See, so maybe I didn't need the tow tech package. We'll get back to that later. Signature front lighting. I had already come to terms with not having that on the Pro. I actually, here's a hot take, don't like the full front light bar. I think when the frunk closes, there's a lot of pictures I'm seeing online where the light bar doesn't line up perfectly with those two 7s on either end of LED light bar. And so for that reason, I actually prefer it without, but we're getting it anyway, so you can't delete it. A power adjusting cloth driver seat. Again, that's a feature that was not on the Pro. I'm totally fine with not having it, but it looks like we're stuck with it. A leather wrapped steering wheel is nice. And the interior work surface. That was one of the features that I had complained at length as to why they left it off of the Pro. So I'm thrilled that I'm getting it, but I stand by all you Pro people that say, why didn't you put the work surface in the work truck? I'm right there with you, and I agree. Let's see, box link, Sirius XM, and rear underseat storage bin. Actually, I was thrilled to see that I'm getting that on the XLT because it's not an option on the Pro, and I think it'll come in handy for throwing dirty shoes or something under there. Now, this one does not fold. A lot of YouTube videos that you've seen probably has the partitioned, lockable, foldable under seat storage. That's not what this is. I'm assuming this is just going to be a pretty basic tub that sits under your rear seats. I would also assume it's removable. That way you could still load large objects into your back seat with the rear seat folded up. Okay, so we are getting the 311A. So here are the two packages available, and I think it's important to know the difference between the two before I tell you which one I got. The Tow Tech package comes with a 360-degree camera, Pro Trailer Backup Assist, Trailer Hitch Assistant, Trailer Brake Controller, onboard scales, and trailer reverse guidance. I don't tow. Now, so to me, the only feature off this list that I was dying for was the 360-degree camera. But now, sitting here, I see that it's already included on the XLT, so I think I'm going to contact my dealer and have them delete the Tow Tech package, to be honest, because I was also told that the onboard scales are one of the things that are slowing down delivery to customers. And that's not what we want. We want to get our truck quickly. So unless you absolutely need those onboard scales, take the time to talk to your dealer and delete those. Sorry, my cats are wrestling. So I was going to advocate to get the Tow Tech package. Obviously, these are totally dependent on how you use your truck. As MKBHD has said, these tech devices are tools that we use. So think about how you're going to use this tool and if that's right for you. Okay. So actually, I'm going to leave Tow Tech off. When I submitted my order, I had Tow Technology package on there. Now, Max Tow, I just think people confuse these two packages a lot. They're very different. As you can see, the extra cooling for your battery pack is in the Max Trailer Tow package. And so it's important to distinguish those two. You don't get extra cooling with the Tow Tech. So, again, I don't tow. I will option neither of those at this moment. If you want to upgrade your wheel, you're gonna have to upgrade to that entire $5,000 312A package, which we don't want. We're trying to keep this truck cheaper. So scrolling down, bed divider, all these things, you have to ask yourself, do you want to risk delaying the delivery of your truck for a bed box that you could buy third party aftermarket? I skipped over basically all of these. Let's see, bed liner, bed mat, privacy glass, a power up and down tailgate. Let me, it says it's included on the 312A. So I watched a video from Miss Go Electric this week, and she demonstrated that the XLT comes with assisted lift gate. So if you start to lift it to a certain point, it will finish for you. I believe that's what we're getting on our truck. Storage box, cargo net, wheel lock kit, 360-degree camera, and LED box lighting. So I did not option the LED box lighting, but we are getting the 360-degree camera. And here's why I think that's a vital feature if you're going to order this truck. It looks like it comes standard, so hopefully it doesn't cause a delay. But a lot of people that step into Lightnings may be first-time truck owners. I've barely ever driven a pickup truck. It's a much bigger vehicle, and so I don't want my first impression at the local Electrify America charger to be accidentally backing into the charging dispenser. So with all that in mind, I think it's worth getting, especially if you're a first-time truck buyer. Let's see, we get side view mirrors that are manual folding, but adjustable via power. They've got heat, and we do get the fixed running board, which I think is nice. If you're gonna be off-roading, I guess the running board would actually be a negative. So I might delete those once we take delivery, but let me see if it'll let you just delete them. No, when you click the box, it doesn't go away, and it doesn't refund you any money, so we'll leave it on. You don't get any choices on the interior. You're gonna get gray cloth seats, which is fine. Let's see. We don't need any floor liners. Partitioned, lockable, fold flat storage. So this is that under seat storage that we talked about earlier. As you can see, it's not included on 311, and if I try to add it, it adds the $5,000 312A package, so we're gonna skip that. I see why it is desirable, but not worth the money. Ford Copilot Assist 2.0, let's see if we can get that. No, so that's also in the package. We don't need that. In-vehicle safety vault. Let's just take a quick tour of the interior to remind you, you will get the landscape 12-inch screen. I was watching a video and they said the smaller 12-inch screen. The fact that you can use the word small in the same sentence as 12-inch infotainment screen blows my mind. 12 is going to be plenty for us. And actually I prefer it, as many of you may, because with this screen you still get tactile, manual, air conditioning controls, rather than having to fidget with a touchscreen, so we love that. And finally, here's the breakdown. So we ended up with basically the flat white standard battery. You do get the mobile power cord for $500. If you already have a home charging solution, be sure you take the time to delete this because you don't need it, unless the beauty of the Ford power cord is that it's portable, so you can take it with you on trips. If you've already got all that covered, save yourself $500. Let's see, we're looking now. You get the privacy glass on the back. So that's my spec, and that is the truck that we'll put on order. I'm excited that I got to talk to you guys through this. Comment down below, what did you do differently? What do you think I should do differently? Let me know. I'm so excited to share this with you guys, and more updates will be on the way soon. Catch you on the next one.